Today on Rock the Park.
When you really don't know which way to go.
We're in the Chugach Mountains.
Somewhere around us is a massive glacier.
And we need to be prepared for anything.
That's legitimate whitewater.
I'm not happy about this.
In Alaska, you never know what's around the next bend.
We got a bear.
Eagle eyes.
And it all starts right now.
I'm Jack Stewart.
This is the real deal.
And I'm Colton Smith.
These are mountains!
We've been buddies for years, always in search of the next adventure.
Dude, what was that?
We share a passion for our national parks and other wild places around the world.
Oh my God.
Heading off the beaten path, pushing our limits, and experiencing nature's best-kept secrets.
Here we go!
It's how we rock the park.
It's a little eerie because we're just engulfed in fog. So I have no idea what we're gonna stumble upon.
The cabin that we're using as our marker is a little bit off the trail. Right now, I don't even know if we're really gonna be able to see it. When you really don't know which way to go.
No matter how many times we visit Alaska, we know Mother Nature is gonna mess with us. This time, we're in Chugach State Park. Bordering the east side of Anchorage, the park covers nearly 500,000 acres.
From what I've heard from people we've talked to, this is supposed to be just an absolutely epic trail.
We're starting at the Crow Creek Trailhead, which will take us through glaciers to coastal wetlands, and part of the famous Iditarod National Historic Trail.
We're gonna be covering about 24 miles between today and tomorrow, and we are up here in Alaska. So that means that we're gonna be heading straight through the heart of brown bear country. And on top of that, we do have some obstacles.
Yeah, it's been exceptionally warm here in Alaska, which has caused a lot of the snow runoff to come in very high volumes. So we're gonna be dealing with some river and stream crossings, one in particular that could be a little sketchy, and it's something that we're preparing for. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get after it.
It's not just the wildlife and raging rivers we have to watch out for.
Since the first time we came to Alaska, we've been warned about this plant. It's known by a few different names, cow parsnip or pushki.
Yeah, basically, this is bad news on a hiking trail. This plant excretes an oil that if you get it on your skin and then that oil gets in contact with the sunlight, it's a good way to ruin your day.
It can give you a blistering rash or burns that can take months to heal and even leave scars. The plan for today is to make it to the Crow Pass crest, which is about 11 miles in, and the highest elevation of the hike.
The first section of the Crow River Pass Trail is definitely the hardest. We're gaining 2,000 plus feet of elevation basically right off the bat.
Even though this is fairly steep right now, it's pretty nice to know that we're gonna be dropping down soon, and that'll be the last of the uphill. Unless we need to turn back, which could happen with this river crossing. You never know. I always love these misty days up in the mountains where the clouds just cling to the mountainside. It makes you wonder what else is out there. And when you're in bear country, it also adds the intimidation factor a little bit.
Besides bears, the park is home to 45 different mammal species, including moose and wolves. Alaska is home to the largest remaining population of gray wolves in the US, and they can survive just about anywhere, from Arctic tundra to the temperate rainforests.
All right, so we're hitting the switchbacks. Our marker is a cabin. Once we come up to the cabin, we should have the majority of the elevation behind us.
On a hike like this, it's a good idea to pack high-energy snacks, We're probably burning around 700 calories an hour, and we need to continually refuel. Carbohydrates are your main energy source, so if you're hiking in high elevation, you'll need plenty of carbs for quick energy. You'll also need protein, which takes longer to convert into energy, because it helps with endurance, repairs tired muscles, and boosts your immune system.
Oh man, look at all this.
Oh yeah, wow.
Mining debris.
A lot of it.
So one thing that we know about this area is that they're mining bore copper, silver, gold, you name it.
And this area was actually decently prosperous.
It's so awesome when you get to see the remnants of that history. It kind of gives you that window into the past, which is so cool about our parks.
As we continue hiking, the fog gets thicker and thicker.
The cabin that we're using as our marker, at least for this first section, is a little bit off the trail. Right now, I don't even know if we're really gonna be able to see it.
Sounds like we got some sort of a waterfall or stream down here, but it's a little eerie because we're just engulfed in fog. Colton's like 20 feet away and I can barely see him.
The limited visibility means we need to be extra cautious crossing the slippery rock wall. And we run into other hikers who warn us about the Eagle River crossing we'll need to do tomorrow.
Good luck in that river.
Yeah, be careful. Hang on to your camera,
It's the
dear.
most terrifying experience in my life.
We're in Chugach State Park near Anchorage, Alaska, backpacking on the Crow Pass Trail, part of the famed Iditarod Trail. We're a little turned around because of the fog.
I'm almost wondering if the cairn we saw was
Kind of a fakey.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
because
know.
I'm seeing a path that goes across there. You see that? Let's give that a shot.
So I think we've got our trail here. We can see a little path that goes across the snow as well as a nice established trail that kind of jets off into the fog. It looks like it's it. So right here, we're crossing a snowfield, but somewhere around us is a massive glacier. It's just covered in fog and we can't see it at the moment.
Glaciers cover about 70 square miles of Chugach State Park. We should be able to see two on this hike, Raven and Eagle glaciers.
This is what it's all about, being way up in the mountains. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it.
The wind is picking up and it's getting cold as we work our way off the pass. It was 80 degrees yesterday and 50 now.
Look at that.
Wow.
So right now we can just barely see Raven Glacier. The clouds have moved away just enough to expose the bottom of it.
It's amazing, man. We were literally walking right next to this massive glacier, and a few moments ago, we couldn't even see any of that blue ice. Now it's finally starting to clear up. From where we're standing right now, you can see where this glacier used to lie. All of this area was carved by the Raven Glacier itself.
Moose are common in Chugach State Park, and we finally spot one right where we might expect it, in the tall grass that they like to eat.
He looks like a really young bull.
But it's crazy, he just came out of nowhere.
And we've said it a million times before, whether it's a moose, a bear, you always want to keep a safe distance. They don't always keep that distance. That guy was really, really close, and he did. He came out of nowhere. That was very cool.
First animal.
The unusually warm weather here means that the streams and rivers are running deeper and faster than normal. This is just a warm-up for our big crossing tomorrow that everyone's been warning us about.
I'm gonna go ahead and start putting on my water shoes right now.
I'll be on the other side having lunch.
Sounds good. We already ate lunch though. His boots, it's in those boots. I saw it. It went well over the top. Your calves are wet.
Oh yeah, I got wet.
Yeah.
It's a river.
It's a river, he says. That's hilarious. Hey, why carry water shoes over mountains, through valleys, if you're not even gonna use them. Just like that.
This is a good place to refill our water bottles. Mountain streams may look clean, but can be contaminated by Giardia, also known as beaver fever. It's a parasite carried by mammals. It's easy to avoid by boiling your water, or in this case, filtering it.
It's one of the beautiful things about Alaska. You've got a lot of snow that sticks around even in the summer, so water sources are pretty abundant. And that's a good thing when you're already carrying extra food, extra layers, because of how chaotic the weather can be.
We need to make it to Eagle River to set up camp, so we're ready to cross it first thing in the morning. That's the best time of day to cross, when the glacier-fed river should be at its lowest.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
We got camp.
Oh, well done, man. That was long.
Yeah, that was a long day.
11.7 miles, up over a mountain pass, drop down, brush, crossing rivers, and the bugs are out. I'm going into full-on bug attack.
You got a bug net, don't you?
It may not be pretty, but this is what you gotta do, okay? And this is what you do when you do what you gotta do.
All right, let's get this tent set up, eh?
Yeah. We're in bear country, so we gotta cook our food and keep all scented items at least 100 yards away. And since our water source is down there, kill two birds with one stone, fill up our water there too.
And also get a little look at the river for the first time.
True that. Yeah. All right, let's go.
Tomorrow's river crossing is the make or break moment on this hike that we've been warned about.
What? Okay, that's legitimate whitewater.
All right.
Like class 2 rapids.
Well, we ain't crossing here. This is not the spot.
We're in Chugach State Park, right outside of Anchorage, Alaska, where yesterday we got slammed with elevation and fog and caught a glimpse of an even bigger challenge.
What? Okay, that's legitimate whitewater.
That's the Eagle River, and today we have to cross it.
It has been very, very warm here. That's why the river is running a little higher, a little faster than normal. Basically, our hope is that last night it got nice and cold up in the mountains and somewhat subdued all the melting that's feeding this river.
I'm hopeful that we'll find a way to cross, but honestly, I don't know. Rivers freak me out, and crossing them just on foot when they're raging is not always the best idea.
These fellow hikers have decided not to chance it.
How was it?
At the edge of the bank, it was up to my knees.
What are you guys thinking?
We're gonna go back.
You're going back?
We've heard the same thing from multiple people, and we'll just have to suss it out for ourselves.
Well, the other problem is we've got tons of camera gear. It's very heavy. Our plan was to be able to go out this way where it's nice and flat or downhill. Having to haul all that stuff back up 3,000 feet, it's brutal. It's gonna make for a really tough day.
We've been told there's a ford or crossing site about a half-mile upriver.
There's absolutely no change in this river from when we saw it for the first time last night. It's fast, it's strong, and it's also freezing cold.
And now we have other issues.
Right here, we have a, looks like a decently fresh pile of bear scat right on our trail.
Bear!
Hey, bear! Alaska.
Alaska.
Alaska. Make sure I have a free hand for my bear spray. Hey, bear!
In bear country, bear spray and making noise is your best defense and deterrent against an aggressive or charging bear.
Hey, bear!
This would be a spot to cross because it's being braided. Braided means the river's split up into different channels, thus making the water spread out more, less of a direct flow. I don't know, what do you think?
I think it looks a little more promising.
Yeah.
It's just hard to really gauge what the depth is from here. I think we still check out the Ford site, see what it looks like, and then assess it from there.
Okay. Hey, Bear!
Hey, Bear!
At the Ford site, things start to look up, sort of.
The current doesn't look like it's raging as bad, but if it's deep, it doesn't matter, really, because A, we can't swim across, we have gear, we have electronics, but also, even like the lightest current, if it's up to here, it can take you away.
An hour ago, I wouldn't have thought we'd be gearing up for the crossing.
How do I look?
So, I know this ain't pretty, but hey, socks. Protect my ankles from the cold water, just a little. Shirt, I don't know, just wanted to wear a shirt. Swim trunks. Oh, and the bug net. There's a lot of bugs out here. All right, but in all seriousness, this isn't a joke. We're crossing a river. All right, let's do it.
Let's do it to it.
Remember, let's not buckle our straps at all.
Yep. Last thing you want is your pack to take you down the river. Okay, ready?
All right, yeah, let's do it.
Wow. Woo, that takes your breath
Oh,
away.
that's cold. Oh my gosh, that's cold.
We're in Chugach State Park in Alaska, crossing the Eagle River, the most challenging section of the Crow Pass Trail.
Wow. Woo, that takes your breath
Oh,
away.
that's cold. Oh my gosh, that's cold.
If you're faced with conditions like these, knowing the proper river fording techniques is critically important.
Wow.
Make small, shuffling steps, lean into the current, use trekking poles for balance and to test the water's depth. And most important, if in doubt, turn around.
Oh,
Holy mackerel.
wow.
Oh, that's cold. That's how you do that. We sussed it out, we came up with a plan as a group, and we executed that plan, and we did it as safely as possible.
But man, that was really cold. Now we have another 11 or so miles that we have to cover on our feet, and we just got a nice little ice bath, some good recovery for the legs from all that hiking uphill yesterday.
The rest of the trail is fairly flat and downhill, but we're quickly reminded that we're not alone.
We got a bear.
Eagle eyes.
He is way up here on this ridge. He's in view right now.
Oh yeah.
See him?
Yep.
He is very, very far away.
Yeah, and he's high up.
Yep. Hey, bear!
We blow through the last 8 miles of the hike quickly, making it to the Eagle River Nature Center in just a few hours.
Woo!
23 miles, man. Well done, that was not easy.
No, it was not. I'm exhausted.
To think that we traveled up over a mountain pass, by one glacier, then by another glacier, crossed a raging river, and then wrapped our way all through this valley. It's unbelievable, man. And it boggles my mind that even on a trail in Alaska, it still is so hard.
It's draining physically and mentally because here the stakes are raised. It's Alaska, and you have to plan and prepare for it.
You have to be prepared for anything.
I think what is most amazing about the last 2 days for me, this is right outside of town, a rugged wilderness literally in your backyard.
If you're looking to see wildlife, to climb mountains, to see glaciers, to look back in time, you can find it right here in Alaska. Thankfully, it stays light out till about midnight because I want to take this in for a while.
I'm down with that.
We've been to Alaska countless times, and it always throws something new at us. That's what keeps us coming back.
Hey, if we can do it, so can you.
So the next chance you get, go out and rock the park.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave any questions or comments that you have.
And please subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more to come.